The growing case of COVID-19 and limited facilities in referral hospitals in handling COVID-19 had urged the government to provide adequate and holistic facilities in handling COVID-19 patients. And that is the main idea in changing the functions of Kemayoran Athlete Village as a homestay for athletes in 2018 for the Asian Games to be the emergency hospital to handle COVID-19 patients. And here it is some facts about the Kemayoran Athlete Village as a whole. We can see through the data. Here is the quick fact sheet about this. So basically, Kemayoran Athletes Village has 10 towers in total, and their usage of this, for example, for Block D, it has 5,494 units. And then moving on to Block B8, it has parking facilities that can accommodate 112 cars and 29 buses and also motorcycles. And moving on to the Block C2, we can see that will be contained of 1,932 units. And the Block C3, that it has parking facilities that can accommodate also by 192 buses, 186 cars, 33 minibuses, and also motorcycles. And Kemayoran Athlete Village has 468,700 square meters width, and it consists of two zones. The first zone is in the Block C, which is close to the Ancol toll gate, with 3 towers and 1,932 residential units, while the second one is in the Block D10, which is behind Mitra Kemayoran Hospital, with a total occupancy of 5,494 units. And in total, the occupancy capacity is 22,278 people. And although the Kemayoran Athletes House was not designed as a facility for COVID-19 handling needs, but the building was equipped with the furniture and air conditioning with a broader room plan. And there are actually 4 towers that will be used for COVID-19 facilities. Here are some facts about this. Here it is. We can see for the usage. There is actually like 4 towers in here. First of all, let me explain to you for the Tower 1 usage. First floor until 24th floor will be used for doctors and medical personnel facilities that will be consisted of 650 units or room accommodate, and also accommodate for 1,750 persons. While we can see on the Tower 3, we got the usage in here for first floor to 24th floor will be used for COVID-19 Task Force Command Center, which consists of 650 units or room, and will be accommodated at least 1,750 persons. And moving on to the 2 towers again. Here it is, the Tower 6, the first floor to 24th floor will be used for emergency hospitals and patients' wards that will be consisted of 650 units room, and also can accommodate, just like a tower before, like 1,750 persons. While the Tower 7, we can see the usage is kind of different with other towers. First floor will be used for the emergency departments, while the second floor for the ICU facility, and the third floor usage is for recovery room, and the 4th until 24th floor for the patient wards, and it is consisted of 886 units and can accommodate 1 until 3 patients per unit. So this is taken by the Ministry of Public Works and Housings. And the Kemayoran Athlete Village is ready to be used at COVID-19 emergency hospitals starting today. And the decisions to turn the Athletes Village into COVID-19 emergency hospital originated from the Indonesian's real estate, which urged the government to utilize 7,462 units at Kemayoran Athlete Village, Central Jakarta, as the quarantine room, observations, and also isolations of people in the monitoring of the infectious disease of COVID-19. This follows a lack of capacity for quarantine, observations, and isolations in the referral hospitals in Jakarta, decided by the government. While inspected the facility readiness, President Joko Widodo delivered important messages, so let's check it out. So here it is, the essential statements from the President Joko Widodo. The first one is hospitals owned by the government, military, policy, and the state-owned enterprises to the private sectors are already utilized to deal with this pandemic. And then the second essential statements go to President Joko Widodo hopes that this Corona emergency hospital is not used. And the third one is, it means that the existing hospital, which we have prepared, we in the terms of government, previously can carry out the handling of this coronavirus. And President Joko Widodo said that the COVID-19 emergency hospital in Kemayoran Outlets village in central Jakarta is ready to accommodate 3,000 patients infected with coronavirus. This emergency hospital can be used starting this Monday afternoon. And he said about this after inspected numbers of rooms in Tower 7 in the Kemayoran Outlet village will be used to treat the COVID-19 patients. And according to him, the team had arranged the room at Kemayoran Outlet villages. And this arrangement is done for the benefit of the patients, doctors, and paramedics in change in handling COVID-19. But actually, how many referral hospitals designated by the government in the handling COVID-19 facilities? Let's see it through the next data. So here it is, number of COVID-19 referral hospitals in Indonesia. Basically, it has 179 referral hospitals, and it is spread from west to east part of Indonesia. And several hospitals appointed by the government to handle the coronavirus outbreak are now in the public spotlight, not because of its satisfying service, but because of inadequate facilities. Some government hospitals have isolation rooms with a very small capacity. Not only lack of facilities, there are also government-appointed hospitals that close their screening services for the several reasons. And this is the reason why the community demand governments to provide more adequate COVID-19 service facilities, including the use of Kemayoran Outlet Village as a COVID-19 emergency hospital. And when talking about the ratio of bed in hospital per populations, Indonesia still left behind some Asian countries. As it is seen from the next graphic, we can see the data in here. Compared to our neighbor country, we are not satisfying itself. We can see through the data, Brunei Darussalam has 27 beds per 10,000 of its populations, while Singapore at the second place, Singapore has 24 beds per 10,000 populations. And then also Malaysia for the third place, we got 19 beds per 10,000 population. And here it is Indonesia, far away from Brunei Darussalam and Singapore for sure, by having 12 beds per 10,000 populations. But then we are better than Cambodia that has only 8 beds per 10,000 of populations. And Indonesia has 12 hospital beds per 10,000 populations in 2015. And the number is still below average of Brunei Darussalam, Singapore, and also Malaysia. And these three countries respectively, as I have mentioned before, that has 27, 24, and 19 hospital beds per 10,000 populations in 2015. While Cambodia is just below Indonesia of the ownerships of 8 hospital beds per 10,000 populations. And in the meantime, the number of hospitals in Jakarta in 2018 is 30,980 units. This figure is accumulations of available beds in the government, military, or police, and a private hospital. When compared to the total populations of Jakarta, as many as 10.5 million people, the ratio of hospital per unit of populations is 1 per 338 of populations. And of course, viewers, hopefully that the existence of Kemayoran Outlet Villages as emergency hospital for COVID-19 cases will help the government to handle the case. Stay tuned on Market Headlines, because Market Headlines will be right back after the break.